didn't make a video of making the gate, but Mitch came out and helped me. I was in the studio, little farting around. But you see now, gives better access. So tonight when I feed the rider, I'll just throw some hay in there. The rider will come in, make life a lot easier on it. And the same with Hazel. When I feed her, they come in. I'm just going to leave this gate open tonight and see how they make out. I think they'll be just fine. Okay, guys, maybe I'll see you back in the studio. There's not much about the horses today. We could walk over. We could look at them eating in the field. There's Hazel. Hazel! Well, there's Ryder. Just wonderful. Okay, so maybe we'll go back in the studio and cut open the silicone Conosil mold and get the bracelet piece out and go from there and show you a few more steps and maybe even start a little bit of the braiding on it. Alright you guys, if you like what I'm doing, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, make a comment and share it. Alright you guys, I'm coming up to 10,000 subscribers pretty soon. I'm gonna try to get some t-shirts and some mugs on there and a few other things, and we'll keep you posted. Alright. Okay, welcome back into the studio. Where did we leave off last time? We cooked the mold. Oh yeah, that's good. All right. So maybe for this mold, for this video, we'll show you cutting. Okay. Put those over there. It's all off and everything. So get a pair of scissors and trim it. Like, you want your things to be professional looking. You don't. You know, if you ever take this to the next level, where you have a shop and people come in and look at your molds and look at your stuff, you want to have a nice uniform rubber mold lying around. If you look at mine, I wonder where the core was. That's this. Oh, I just ejected it. So they're more difficult to use, but to cut, but they're easier to use. And so the pattern comes out like that. And yeah, I'm making that for customer. Okay. Now, we know that this is that dog tag, not dog tag. The centerpiece, and it's in sterling silver for the braided paracord bracelet. I couldn't believe how comfortable the bracelet was. I just finished one with the Elk's buglers, the elk teeth buglers, but I don't want to make one of those because that just wouldn't be right. So I'm making something for myself. And so if you've watched part 1, you'll have seen the CAD file. So what I'm doing right now is I'm cutting the mold. Let's move this closer. I'm cutting the mold. I'm cutting a seam around the edge, just a couple millimeters deep, and you tie it back in, and that gives, you see this edge here? It gives a little bit more of a professional look. Okay? Okay, so if you've ever watched any of my other videos, you'll know that I like to put an X on the molds here so I know what the back end is. So with this one, I'm going to take this little trail mix. Oh, that'll be good with a cup of coffee. Look at that. Oh my goodness. Now with this piece here, I'm going to start, I'm using this as an example, please, you guys. I'm going to start at the other end. That's the X end. I'm going to start at the other end and just find the plate in there first. So you're going to cut the tabs. Can you see here? We are nicely lined up. I'm going to cut the tabs. We're going to get a little bit of light in here. Okay, look at that. Okay, nothing in my pocket bothering me. Nice even cut like that. That, straight in, cut. All right. We do that one. You see, I just flip the mold over. I'm not. Okay, look at that. I found it there. Now, I don't know if you can see it, but I'm right on the edge of it. You really want the cut on the edge of an item. Let's say, I'm gonna have to edit this. So, I'll show you what I mean by on the edge of it. You see it here? You see it coming out now? Unfortunately, I can't make this any larger. Let's see what I'm doing. Okay, but right in here, the piece is there, right? Tell what's the front and the back. And I'm cutting on the edge of the back. And why I picked this side of the mold to start with was for my sprues. And I'll show you what I mean. You go back down this end and cut the tab or the lock, whatever you'd like to call it. And they don't need to be super huge. You just got to be consistent, uniform. Okay, so here I'm going along the back edge. And this will make a lot of difference when I cut my sprue. And I'm bringing my cut over to that seam I put in, so it looks professional. Okay? Now you can't pull this out because... Okay. Now I want to make sure I cut all the way on the back of this piece here, all the way on that back edge. And I'll explain in a minute here. I'll show it to you now. Okay. Okay. Now you probably say, okay, well, he's going to explain to us. If when I cut the sprue in here now, the little gate, the opening, the vent, if I cut them properly, it's not going to affect the mold. So I'm just going to actually just do one. I'm going to have to... It's so long of an item. Okay. So the vent opening here, or the spot where we're going to inject the wax, has a nice uniform area to go in. So we just take the knife here. Oh, let's just get this back down. Take the knife and make a nice, not a big cut. You don't have a lot of room here to make a big, luxurious cut, okay? And if you want, put a little talc on this, a little talcum powder. Where's the okay. And you probably say, why are you doing that? Because there's an impression now of where that cut was and where it cut into anyways. But, so let's go like this. Like that. And now I know when I go like that. I think we get a small cut. But I see my little nicks where I can see how that lines up nicely. Oh, see that lines up nicely? I got the wax injector on, so we're gonna do a wax. And I'm gonna take that out. Yeah, like that. Oh, that's great. Okay, let's put a bit of talc on this puppy here. Nice. That's too bad. We don't need to do anything right. Okay, so that's a sharp chisel. It's not a point. It's a chisel. So I go in sometimes at the end of the wings and maybe the horn, the top of there, and spots where you think the air's gonna get trapped. Okay, right there, we use one, and maybe one right there, and there, and there, and there. Okay, I'm going to edit this too. I edit the heck out of stuff. I edit the heck out of stuff too so that it doesn't drag on in the videos. Okay. So let's move this. We can see the wax machine in here, right? Okay, we got a little compressor here, very quiet compressor. 15 pounds. at about 200. Mold clamp. Okay. Hold it for a few seconds. And keep this Jack's block. Really antique it. And a nice paracord on there. So. Braid something like that onto there. That's gonna be cool. I've been practicing with the paracord and the braiding and stuff like that. Turns out just, man, and it's real comfortable too. Okay, let's see what the wax turned out like. Well, let's turn this off. Ooh. No, I'm taking it apart a little too early. Remember what I told you about the wax pattern shrinks a little bit, right? It's a fine example of what we're going to do here. Okay. I've lined it up on this edge and that edge, and you can see we could measure it and we could do a calculation. I think it's something like 3.6% or something. I had it written here down somewhere. I did a little bit of calculation on it once. But this would cast up and use perfect now. This would be perfect. Okay, you guys, so that mold's working great. Yeah. There's a few spots where I gotta do the little cuts through there. Now I can see. Okay, so that's a good working mold. No question about it. Right? Now if you leave your molds, just clean the extra wax off on them, right? Especially when they're new. I'll just put the clamp on. Okay, let's get back to this. I'm gonna go put this on, let's go back onto the workbench. We're gonna pickle this, steam this, and then blacken it. Antique.